My girlfriend and I got a very unusual proposition. Let's just get this out there. I don't know if anyone has gone through this, but it doesn't hurt to ask. We are a young couple, and my best friend, since childhood, is dating my girlfriend's friend. We always hang out together, but he moved out of town this semester for college, so we've been going out frequently just with her, especially now that I have a car. He really supports us hanging out as a trio because it makes him feel more comfortable knowing his girlfriend is with us. The thing is, lately, she's been throwing some unconventional comments into our relationship dynamic. It started with her saying she loves us, that we're the prettiest couple she knows, plus some exaggerated compliments. So far, so good, because that's just her personality. But on her last outing as a trio, she drank a bit too much and kept saying she missed my friend a lot and had something to ask us. She repeated this a few times until she blurted out to my girlfriend in front of me if we would be up for getting intimate in front of her, just watching. I was shocked at the moment and played it off as a joke, but she was definitely not kidding. It was clear that besides being very sexually deprived, this was a genuine desire, and the alcohol helped her express it. After that, we changed the subject, but every now and then she would come back and just ask yes or no, until the third time, my girlfriend said, "Okay, if it's just watching, we'll think about it," which left me stunned. The girl then yelled, "Yay, promise!" sending a kiss and making a heart with her hands. I kept up the nervous laugh, but I didn't say anything. After that outing and dropping our friend off, I asked my girlfriend if she was serious and if she remembered that the girl is my buddy's girlfriend. She played it down, said she only said it to get her to stop asking, but that the idea wasn't so bad as long as she just watched. We got very intimate afterwards and the subject was dropped. Now, a week later, I'm still thinking about it. And yes, the idea of exhibitionism turned me on the lot, but my moral block regarding my best friend prevents me from letting this happen, even if it was kept a total secret. You stand at the classic crossroads between personal desire and friendship loyalty. The proposition you received, unusual as it is not the core of your dilemma. The focus is the complexity of the boundaries that have been tested. The violation of space. The couple's friend has transformed a setting of security guaranteed by your buddy into a space for intimate negotiation. Her act of making the proposal, especially insisting on using her loneliness as leverage, is a test of the boundaries of your relationship and your friendship. The moral dilemma. The trust. You perfectly identified your biggest obstacle: loyalty to your best friend. Participating in an act involving his girlfriend, even if only as an observer, voyeurism, and keeping it a total secret is not just a breach of confidence. It's an implicit betrayal of the trust that anchors your friendship. The excitement of exhibitionism is real and common, but the moral weight of lying to your friend is what should stop you. The nuance of your girlfriend. What truly stunned you wasn't the friend's request, but your girlfriend's openness to the idea. Her "we'll think about it" indicates a curiosity or a flexibility toward monogamy you may not have known existed. You urgently need a sober, deep conversation, not about if you will perform in front of her, but about the boundaries of your intimacy as a couple. Your moral block is sound. If the idea of exhibitionism excites you, that is something you and your girlfriend can explore together, perhaps in the future, within clearly defined limits, and with people who do not compromise primary trust relationships. Right now, you must prioritize clarity over secrecy. You need to talk to your girlfriend outside of a sexual context and establish you will not do this, why you will not do it, loyalty to your friend, and what your mutual boundaries are moving forward should this type of non-monogamous proposal arise again. The fantasy is yours, but her partner is your friend. Don't trade years of friendship for the adrenaline of one night
showing off.
We received a question that cuts to the core of modern dating: vulnerability. It comes from a highly accomplished and mature 20-year-old woman asking for the ultimate guide to self-preservation in relationships. She's not asking how to find love, but how to effectively screen out the users, the liars, and the abusers. This is vital advice for anyone, but especially for those navigating the dating world with unique challenges. I am a 20-year-old woman, and I am successful. I work at a great company, I speak 3 languages, and I have dozens of certifications. People tell me I'm attractive. Despite all this, I'm constantly encountering men who just want to use me. As a trans woman, this issue is amplified. I see a revolving door of guys who are either fetishizers, who see me as an object, not a person, or those who are genuinely problematic and looking for someone to exploit. I don't want casual relationships, but I feel pressured into them because that seems to be the only option I'm presented with. I am currently single, focusing on my development, but my last relationship was a severe wake-up call. I was caught in an abusive cycle involving constant lies, betrayal, and serious boundary violations. I learned so much from that intensely negative experience, which is why I feel mature beyond my years. Now, before I even consider dating again, I need concrete strategies to safeguard myself. I need non-obvious tips on spotting when a guy is longing, when a relationship is heading nowhere, or when I'm walking into another abusive situation. Let's talk about self-preservation, which is more than just spotting red flags. It's about maintaining boundary integrity. A genuine partner is consistent. A user is erratic. Users will love bomb you a period of intense flattery and attention, but their effort is transactional. Ask yourself, is his commitment consistent when he is not getting what he wants? If he's sweet when you're intimate but vanishes or becomes irritable when you set a boundary, like canceling a date or needing space, that inconsistency is the alarm. A stable man provides a stable foundation. A user provides emotional peaks and valleys to keep you off balance. Abusers don't start by breaking big rules. They start by seeing if you'll let them slide on small ones. He might show up 10 minutes late without apologizing, make a small cutting joke about your outfit, or try to pressure you into a quick last-minute plan. The way you respond to these small violations determines the rest of the relationship. If he politely but firmly hold the line, "I value my time, so please be on time next time," and he immediately respects it, that's a green flag. If he argues, minimizes your feelings, or calls you too sensitive, you've just seen the ping issue. He respects his desires more than your limits. In the context of dating as a trans woman, the fetishizer only sees the novelty of the object, while a partner sees the totality of the person. To screen effectively, you must deliberately force the conversation away from the physical. Talk about the mundane, the complex, and the deeply intellectual. Your company's latest projects, your favorite philosophical author, or a deep memory from childhood. If he consistently steers the conversation back to your body, your history, or sexual topics, he is confirming that his interest is shallow. A partner is interested in the whole resume of your life. A user is only interested in one bullet point. The clearest strategy to screen out all manipulators, users, liars, and abusers is the slow burn rule. Manipulators rely on rushing the timeline to bypass your critical thinking. Make a commitment to yourself. No major step or commitment, sexual intimacy, exclusivity, moving in, will happen before a minimum 90-day vetting period. This period is not for dating, it is for observation. If he respects your pace, he respects you. If he gets angry, sulks, or tried to convince you to speed things up, he has just demonstrated that he values his immediate gratification more than your long-term security. The harrowing experience you endured taught you a cruel but invaluable lesson. The precise shape of the shadows you will never allow back into your life. Self-preservation is not about building walls around your heart. It is about installing a highly sophisticated filter at the entrance. Your worth is self-evident, proven by your accomplishments and your sheer resilience. Do not let the past mistakes of others convince you that your need for a deep and respectful connection is a weakness. It is a strength. The right person will not just see your beauty and achievements.
They will see your boundaries as sacred spaces and treat the history of your life with the reverence it deserves. Keep nurturing the successful, powerful woman you are, and trust that the energy you put into defining your non-negotiables is the highest form of love you can offer yourself.
Ex-girlfriend lost attraction, the deception, and the escape. This story is a painful dissection of emotional manipulation, revealing the damage caused by unspoken truths and high-stakes drama. It details the confusing end of a relationship and the crucial lessons learned from being kept in the dark. Before my girlfriend and I broke up, she had a private conversation with my mother and confessed something crucial. She had lost her physical attraction to me. For reasons I still don't fully understand, my mother chose not to tell me this. The timing of this revelation is what makes the situation so frustrating. On that very same day she made the confession, I was actually planning to end the relationship myself due to several issues we were facing, but my mom convinced me to think things over and talk to her instead. When I tried to move forward with the breakup, she used intense emotional pressure. She threatened to run away or worse, harm herself. This manipulative tactic immediately froze me. I paused the breakup, and just a few days later, on Monday, I tried to rekindle things. I showed up with flowers, and she responded with grand declarations. She told me she loved me, that I was the love of her life, and everything seemed perfectly back on track. But the facade crumbled quickly. By Friday of that same week, she blindsided me and ended the relationship. It took 2 agonizing months for me to finally hear the truth. My brother, in an offhand conversation, revealed the secret talk between her and my mother that she hadn't been attracted to me for a while. Hearing this truth secondhand was crushing. It clarified the confusing rapid-fire end of the relationship, but it also made me realize how much calculated manipulation and deception had been involved. What you experienced is a classic example of emotional blackmail. Her threat wasn't a genuine cry for help. It was a desperate, calculated maneuver to control your actions and keep you tethered to her until she was ready to break up. Her declaration of love on Monday was a performance, a temporary measure to keep you invested and manage the optics of the situation. The real issue here isn't the laws of attraction, which is a painful but normal part of dating, but her profound lack of courage and integrity. Instead of having an honest, difficult conversation, she chose to use high-stakes emotional tactics to manage the situation entirely for her own convenience. You dodged a bullet. Someone who resorts to using threats of self-harm to manage a relationship crisis is fundamentally unstable and incapable of a healthy and mature partnership. Your focus now must be on how to strengthen your boundaries and recognize those high-stakes manipulative maneuvers immediately. The deepest sting in the scenarios is not in the realization that attraction faded, but the sense of betrayal from being manipulated and kept in the dark by those closest to you. You must internalize this truth. Instability and threats are not unfortunate side effects of passion. They are weapons used to avoid emotional accountability. The flowers you bought were less an olive branch and more on ransom payment to sustain a toxic script. Genuine connection is built on honesty and respect, not on high-stakes drama and secrets. The peace you now feel is your strongest evidence that you successfully exited a dynamic destined to undermine your self-worth. Move forward knowing that the greatest gift this pain gave you is the crystal clear understanding of the specific destructive behaviors you will never, under any circumstances, allow back into your life